Hi. It was my birthday quite recently, and I got some money from various family members, so I decided to spend some money on watercolors because all of the watercolors I have, which is mainly this, are quite cheap student grade ones, and these are more towards the professional side of watercolors. So I thought it would be nice to show them off to you, see my first impressions of them, and paint a picture. So here we go. And they did come in plastic. Oh, I didn't know there's a little logo here. But I just took the plastic off so I don't make too much noise. Yeah, just a little slip thing. And here we have all the tubes. Here's a really nice mixing tray actually. Some information about the colors, all of the range. And here we have the tubes. So I will pour all of these in here only a little bit, and then I have a swatch card to do. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, so I squirted out all of the colors here, and I just want to say that a lot of them are a lot more runny than the others, and some of them just squirted out as soon as I even touched the tube. I didn't even squeeze it, I just unscrewed it and it just splattered. So I will not be cleaning this palette off after I'm done with it, just to save all this paint. It's actually quite nice. It's on the back of the tin that the paints come in, so yeah, I'll mix the paints and do some swatches now. Here are the swatches. Alright, so welcome to the voiceover. I inked this piece off screen just because I thought this video is going to be long enough and I wanted to focus on the paint itself rather than my artwork or my line work or whatever. So no sketching in this video. Sorry if that's what you came here for. But this is actually a character from a film I'm planning to develop next year. I don't know how many of you know that I actually study animation, and next year is my final year in college, so I will be making a film, and I plan to make a film in 3D, so wish me luck. This is gonna be a lot of work. But back to this piece. I tried to play with mostly blues and purples for like the overarching color scheme, and then we have some yellows and some warmer tones with the character herself. Basically this is supposed to be a haunted house that she is exploring. She's supposed to be a young person. I'm kind of playing with the idea of still having her as a kid. I was thinking maybe she's around 11, exploring this haunted house in her neighborhood. But yeah, the watercolors were really nice, I have to say. You only need a little bit of them and it went, like, you only need a little bit of pigment and it went for so long. And they were really easy to layer and blend together, so that was nice. I don't know if I don't have a lot of experience with watercolors that are of better quality, so I'm a bit unsure if these are the best ones you can get for this price because they were quite pricey. But I could definitely recommend them in the fact that they are nice to use. Don't know if they're the best ones because I haven't tried most of the other brands on the market at the moment, but they are definitely really nice, and I will definitely get a lot of use out of them, because those tubes, while they are quite small, I am still on that. I have made 2 artworks so far. Unfortunately, I haven't had time to make more, but I used a lot of paint with both of them, and I am still on the paint that I squirted out in this video. So hopefully it will last me at least a few years, because Jesus Christ, that was expensive. But yeah. This piece is supposed to be set in an old house, and I was thinking that it could have some ugly wallpaper, an ugly rug, kind of like a hotel almost. It's not supposed to be a hotel, but I thought that that kind of vibe would go well with the overarching idea of it. I regretted doing the pattern on the rug and on the walls as soon as I started, but I just kept going, because at that point there was no going back. I should have probably checked this before I started painting, but I don't actually know how staining these colors are. This is my first piece that I've done with them at that point. So I was kind of learning as I went along rather than testing it beforehand, which is probably a bad idea if you don't do that, but I just wanted to jump in and use my fresh new watercolors, because that's the person I am. I put these 2 like shadowy figures that I kind of darkened and then blended again, and then darkened and blended again over the course of this whole video. I didn't want them to stand out quite so much, but I also didn't want them to get completely lost in the shadow. So yeah, that's why I paint over that so many times. I'm really happy with the design of the character in general. Do you have any idea what I should call her? I have absolutely no name ideas for her. I don't know. No name suits to the idea of the character I have at the moment. Anyway, here I am putting a really bad wash of pink on the walls, and then I go over it with a pattern, because I apparently am a sucker for just torturing myself. And I did the first like row of the pattern, and then I was like, oh shit, this is a lot of patterns. And yeah, it's a lot. It took me way too long. The footage that you're watching at the moment is sped up by 900%. So, you know, that was a struggle. I don't know. I do like the pattern. I wish I have made it a bit more symmetrical than it is, but I don't think it's an eyesore or anything. I think it's just kind of a background element, so you don't pay that much attention to it. Here's my hair in the way. You're welcome. I had an awful hair day when I was painting this, and you will see some footage at the end. I actually spent most of the day painting this, waiting for it to dry and painting more. That's why some of the footage is in like this ugly yellow light, because I was just trying to finish it as soon as I could. Yeah. Do you have any suggestions? What else I should paint with these? I don't know. I feel like whenever I get new art supplies that require me to sit at a desk, I never use them, and I would love to hear some ideas as to what I could paint and what would you like to see as well. I could make it into a video if you're interested. I could do some more pre-production work with them if that's what you want to do. So maybe, rougher ideas, maybe some monster paintings. Because I buy art supplies and then they just kind of sit on my desk because I'm never there, and I just don't get to use them often enough. I've had these watercolors for about a month and I've used them twice, so I wish I would use them more. Yeah, I used purple for the shading here, as you can see, purple and blue mixed together, I think. Just to darken up the whole thing a little bit because it was looking too bright for me. I wanted to have like a bit more of a creepy feeling, and that she's actually shining the light. So I end up darkening a lot of the edges. I was kind of going for like a vignette effect. I don't know how good that ended up portraying it, but it did darken it up a little bit, so it wasn't quite as bright at that point. But yeah, here's the finished piece. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because that's what we YouTubers say, don't we? I'll see you some other time. Bye!